Hello, guys. Let's bow. It's time for Wager Wednesday. First, we'll recap last week, then we'll get into this week's free picks for the NFL Week 4. Last week, I improved again. I went 11 and 5. 5. In Bo Jackson numbers, that is 6 minus 1. That's 5 losses. Those losses were the Chargers. I thought they'd win. Jaguars took care of them. Falcons did beat Seahawks. Lost that game. Then we shall flip over here. My hot sauce pick of the week. Have to do another one for y'all. I had the Chiefs beating the Colts. The Chiefs beat themselves. And they let their kicker go too. The Raiders lost to the Titans. The only 0-3 team in football right now are the Raiders. And finally, the Bills. They lost to the Dolphins. But they also were missing a whole bunch of defensive players. I think 4 starters were out and some other stuff. So, while I reach over here, we will first get a shot of beer. And the hot sauce this week is hot sauce number 2. We have green chili level 2. So let's see how this does, and then we'll get into this week's picks. Every time I do a hot sauce challenge and lose, it's going to be a lot of this. And on week 18, if I lose that, I have a hot sauce hot one chip challenge. I'll do it at the end of the stream because I don't know what's going to happen. So, Prost, hot sauce pick of the week. Blech. And let's see what happens. Not good. Oh, instant heartburn. But we did it. Okay, now for this week's picks, I'm going to get even better. To begin with, I do have the Bengals beating the Dolphins this week. Joe Burrow will get it back on track, and so will Joe Mixon. The two Joes. I have the Vikings beating the Saints because they're not a good team. And the Cowboys will beat Washington because, well, they're the Commanders that can't even command their own locker room. The Browns all over the Falcons because the Falcons, let's face it, they're not good and they've been getting lucky. Upset pick of the week. The Jets will beat the Steelers. That's right, the Jets are Vegas underdogs, except for me and Bo. We have the Giants beating the Bears because I hate the Bears. The Colts will beat the Titans. The Colts are getting it back on track slowly but surely. And the Titans are not. The Eagles will beat the Jaguars. The Predatorial Birds will get the Felines. The Bills over the Ravens, which is, again, based on the Bills' defense, not the Ravens' offense, who has been really good. Look at Lamar Jackson's stats and argue my point. The Chargers will beat the Texans because we could, as a card community, get together and beat them ourselves, even with the Beast. We have the Lions beating the Seahawks because Freddie says so. I have the Panthers as my hot sauce pick of the week over the Cardinals. May happen. It should happen. I think the Panthers are on the right track and they will right their ship. The Raiders, on the other hand, will get their first win of the week because Broncos suck. I do have the Packers beating the Patriots because why wouldn't you? And the Chiefs will beat the Buccaneers because Tom Brady still has no receivers. Julio Jones will be back, but who cares? Finally, the Rams, I have them all over the 49ers. It'll take Garoppolo with 0 reps in the offseason and one game behind him regular season to get back on track with Deebo Samuel. So the Rams will beat the 49ers. Those are my picks of the week. Again, my upset is the Jets over the Steelers. Hot sauce will be Panthers over the Cardinals. We will see how I do. And for anyone who doesn't understand all the Bo Jackson stuff here, you're too young. Because Bo knows you're too young. Thank you. And hey, you know what? Check in next week. Let's see if I have to do hot sauce. Let's see if I improved on my 11-5 record, which would win you money if you're paying attention. But I'm not a professional. I do not advocate gambling, and I have no affiliation with Fanatics, FanDuel, or DraftKings. Thank you, and see you in the funny pages.